Welcome to a Love Island Games recap, season 2, episode 6. We're skipping After Sun. I didn't really want to recap or give my thoughts on the episode really because I really just want to talk about something I've already talked about before, and it's that they need to go back to how Love Island Games was season 1 and then go back to that format. I guess it's too late now, I understand. But if those of you who watched Love Island Games season 1, it was in a vacuum, it was in 2023, they filmed it before we saw it. So fans had nothing to do with who won the show, who was voted on the show, whatever like that. It was purely the Islanders in there chose what happened, and also it was like they had to really compete and go head to head to each other. Like, because if I win this challenge, I could be safe, and then whatever, and maybe I could choose to be vulnerable or other different things they would kind of do to kind of twist around. And it made it a really great experience. I think especially because it's an international show. Yeah, it's like a United States produced show and like the whole kind of thing. It's on Peacock, all that. But we have Islanders from all over the world. Like this season, we have Islanders from the United States. Obviously, we have UK, Belgium, Netherlands. We have Malta. We have France. We have all these different people from all over the place. And I've said this before, I don't think it's fair how the system is now, because obviously we have all these new Love Island USA fans and Love Island fans in general, because Love Island USA here has gotten popular. There's all this new engagement. So yeah, it's like exciting to want to get people to like be engaged in it, and probably will help the viewership if you get people to vote and that kind of thing. I understand. But all these new fans and stuff, the only people who can vote though are American fans, those with like an American phone number. And because you have a show with all these different Islanders from all these different countries, people don't, if they haven't seen their season, they wouldn't know them. So they don't have like an inherent like, oh, I'm going to vote for them. Like myself, I've watched a lot of the Love Islands. I haven't seen the Malta one. I haven't seen the French one outside of like clips. And I haven't seen Belgium, Netherlands. But like, let's say the USA ones or the UK, the original one. I know people from there, of course. So like you kind of maybe like you want to go for them, especially those USA fans who maybe only watch USA. Like someone like me, like I was a Justine's angel when she won Love Island in 2020 season, Love Island USA season 2. So I know from her being on the show, even though I'm just kind of like, girl, we're back again or whatever, but I'm gonna vote for her to stay at any turn, because I was Justine, and we've known Justine for 6 years now on our televisions, right? Whereas Nicola from Malta, I didn't even know there was a Love Island Malta. I think this first season just happened, but she has no like already baked in fans in this crowd she's in, so she's in a new place. So like the USA people have a leg up already, especially I feel like those who are on the recent season that people have seen more recently, like 6, 7, maybe even 5, those kind of people. It's like, oh yeah, we've known them, we just watch them on television, they have fans. Whereas people from Malta, people from Netherlands, Belgium, whatever, those Love Islands, France, oh, I haven't seen those, I'll just get to know you in here, and if you're cool, but I'm not gonna like skip voting for Justine because Selene's really funny or whatever, this time I voted for Tyreek and Lucinda, but Tyreek is just a madness, and like I watched him on his season of Love Island a couple years ago. Great. It was 2023. He was on season 10. Great. I know he's gonna bring drama. I wanted to keep Tyreek. Solène I've just met and getting to know. She's so funny in her little moments we've seen of her. I would have wanted to vote for her too, but Tyreek got it because it was like, oh, we know Tyreek longer, and like Tyreek cool, you know. I know his track record of like providing drama. I don't think it's a fair way to do this. Yeah, and especially with, I don't know, and I wonder how the other Islanders feel about it. Like, because I've said too, like I wonder if to some level they're going to be thinking, okay, let me couple up with like a popular Love Island USA person, because or just in general Love Island USA, because maybe I'll be safer because I have someone who has, again, a kind of a fan base already because they've been on the show before in the United States. I don't know. All that to say is there's no point to really recap a bunch of the stuff or give a lot of my thoughts on the things. We'll just see how things are going. The episode kind of today was kind of just like, you know, I don't really have too many thoughts on the episode really, outside of what we are the elimination essentially. And the elimination was the people who were vulnerable were Andreina and Johnny, who actually ended up being safe. Who was the other couple? Lucinda and Tyreek ended up being safe. So those with the fewest votes were Nicola and Isaiah, Andrea and Toby, and Solène and Mert. And Ariana Max comes up and has them stand, and she says, okay, well, the Islanders who are safe are not going to like choose who gets dumped. We're going to do something a little different. So here's a box. Everyone get a box. There's 2 hearts that are pink, one that's black. If you get the black heart, it says dumped on it, you're dumped. If you don't want to open your box, though, you could choose to tell me have me tell you who had the fewest votes. Those with the fewest votes will be dumped from the island tonight. So the Islanders, those in their couples have to decide, okay, do we want to open the box and leave it up to chance, or do we want to be told who are the fewest votes? So right away, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so Nicola and Isaiah are probably going to go home. And my thought process with that was because, one, who they're up against, but also like just them. So who they're up against, Andrea, season 6. Obviously, she didn't get a lot of love on her season. She was even crying about that, like, in the time when her decision. And I didn't really, I don't know. Anyway. And Toby, who he was on Love Island Games shortly, but also, yeah, like, people didn't like him a lot at some point, especially how he was with Sally in the end. Like, it was like weird, like when he came to vote her off. Weird, and I forgot about that, but I watched After Sun, and I was like, oh yeah, he was like weird at the vote. It was like too aggressive. Anyways, but I still thought their names, even if you don't necessarily like them, it's Andrea and Toby. I know them, I can see their face, and I know who they are, whatever. So they probably would be safe. They probably would have the most votes at anybody of this bottom 3. And then Solen and Mert, I was like, oh, okay, they're not, from different Love Islands that people might not have seen. But Solen is a vibe. She's funny. I've seen a lot of people tweet about like how funny she is and like things like her little quips. She's like been so hilarious. And then Mert obviously is getting to know Lucinda. And he's like, and also he's hot. So like people might want to vote for them. So I'm thinking, okay, like Andrea and Toby and Solen and Mert probably going to be the safe ones if they do the vote thing. And then also, again, with the whole Nicola and Isaiah, just them themselves. Nicola's on Love Island Malta. I don't think many people knew what Love Island Malta was even a thing. Again, it might have been their first season recently. I'm not sure. Some people don't even know probably where Malta is. It's off the coast of Italy, below Sicily, if you don't know. So people probably don't they have no idea who Nicola is really. She hasn't had that much screen time. She doesn't have a connection in there. She's in a friendship couple with Isaiah. He's just like friends on her the other day. Okay. And then Isaiah was from Love Island USA, season 4 a couple years ago, which that would have been 2021 or something like that. Good season. He had a good arc. He cheated on Sydney when they got out the villa, and apparently Sydney's coming as the new bombshell. I'm pivoting here. Anyway, so I'm thinking like Nicola and Isaiah are probably going to be grass. They're probably going to be the ones with the fewest votes. We'll see. They choose though to be told who had the fewest votes. Nicola and Isaiah don't want to open the vote. Don't want to open the box. Neither do Solen and Mert. Andrea and Toby are the only ones who want to open the box. And Andrea, that's when she was crying, thinking about like my experience last time. I didn't get a lot of love and like tears. And I'm just kind of like, girl, like, I guess maybe she's I don't know what it's like. So anyway, Ariana Maddox has them open their box anyway, just to see like, okay, let's see what would have happened. Andrea and Toby, Solen and Mert would have been safe, and Nicole and Isaiah would have been dumped because they had the black heart in their box. But it doesn't matter because we're doing the fewest votes. Ariana says, Nicola and Isaiah, you're safe. And I tweeted, I was like no shade, but like we saved Nicola and Isaiah over Andrea and Toby and Solen and Mert for the similar reasons I just listed. Like, oh, really? Like I was very surprised at that. So basically we're left between Andrea and Toby and Solen and Mert. And I'm like, I don't want either of these two to go really, because one, Solen is funny, and then Andrea and Toby, like there's the Josh kind of thing forming. Andrea and Toby kissed today, and so did Andrea and Josh. So there's like a little like triangle forming, like we'll see, and like I don't know. And also like Toby can be a little bit of a madness. So, like let's see that. But one of the couples was going home. We know that at this point. And ended up being Solen and Mert. Kind of not surprising because again, the other thing of okay, these people are not known to the USA voting public. A lot of people have only met them for the first time Wednesday night. Or whatever night, Wednesday night it would have been, I think, or Tuesday night, whatever it was, that the first episode aired. We haven't known these people for even a week. And so they don't have fans where, even if people didn't like Andrea still has USA fans. Same with Toby, who was on games. A lot of people in the USA watch UK. So he has fans already, right, who are going to vote for him. So Solen and Mert get dumped. And and like I said, like Sydney from season 4, Isaiah X is seemingly coming in, maybe like tomorrow, I'm interested to see that. So it's like maybe it's good Isaiah stayed, and I was hoping she actually just earlier today I looked up her Instagram because I was like, what is she doing? Like, is she like? I'm happy to see that she'll be coming in. But I just in general don't feel like it's the way to go with this voting thing, and I'm sure they've thought about it a lot. And nothing. It's not saying it's not like Peacock can choose to do it whatever they want, but I really wonder like what the Islanders in there think about. The USA Islanders probably think like, oh shoot, this is a little bit of a leg up for us. But then also the other Islanders who are not from the USA, like, oh, like what does this mean for me in terms of these people have no idea who I am. Like, I would not be surprised if when we get to the finale, unless someone has a really, really strong connection, if we get to the finale, if like most of the people are USA Islanders, which we already have most of the people in there in general, USA Islanders. Most of them are USA Islanders, maybe some UK, because again, a lot of USA people watch UK, and then someone with a good connection with the USA or whatever like that, or just in general, good connection. Because the people who are from Netherlands, Belgium are not going to last long because they don't have fans. Unless they are in a connection, they're not going to last in the villa. And yeah, there'll be all types of things they can trip up, and of course, like, it is games, so you still have to like compete. And obviously the people who were able to be saved tonight competed, and they were at the top of their like races or whatever, so they were able to be safe, and that's good. Still, and Murtha actually were safe as well, but then Chris and KK voted for them to be votable because they were the power couple, whatever. And they ended up getting dumped. So they, maybe that was a good decision because they won't have smoke for you in then because they actually are gone. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have similar thoughts on this. Let me know. I've seen little bits of people thinking about this. I feel like it's not something I just thought about it again tonight because it was the first elimination, and thinking about the scenarios of like, okay, who has fans, who doesn't have fans, like how's this gonna like shape up and work out? I don't know. But yeah, overall, that's basically my thoughts on episode 6. Like I told you, who went home already, Solen and Mertz. Other little things that happened, nothing really much of note. Like, we'll just see as it goes on. We'll see what other games, what other kind of things happen, what other kind of things get mixed up and all sorts. But yeah, I love Island games. That's it.